The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Lagrasso versus Lagrasso. Here on Vince Russo's The Brand and Big Vito Brand Audio. I'm Noelle. I'm the Mrs. This is Big Vito. He's the Mr. How are you today, Vito?
Hi, everyone. How are you today?
Don't you start your bullshit again this week. I'm telling you right now, Vito, I can already tell the bullshit's coming right out of you with your little glowing tan. Just be you. Not too much you. Just be you.
I am so joyous and happy to be here with you all. It is a pleasure.
You make me sick. Last week we got Siskel and Ebert. This week, what are we getting? Eddie Haskell?
How about if I just like being gracious and happy and positive to all the great fans here at the Russo brand?
That's fantastic. You lost again.
Lost what, honey?
The vote, honey. Again, you lost, and you were in the lead for the majority of the week. And you even said, I don't believe it. They're fickle. They'll turn on me. And they did, and Demolition Man won by 54% of the vote.
Well, congratulations.
Well, and thank you very much. Can I get a Mega Powers? Thank you.
And congratulations to all the people out there at the Russo brand for, choosing the better half of the show, Miss Noelle.
Thank you very much. It's a lot of work to carry this show. I don't know if you guys know, but it's a lot of work
it's awesome
to carry the show and make sure everything goes right and
absolutely
whatever.
Honey.
So this week, Vito.
Yes.
Do you want to say anything about the wonderful, marvelous week that you have had? Gym Tan Laundry, vaccine.
Well. Tanning has been phenomenal except for the past few days.
How has your laundry been going?
I still have a load to be doing right now. I keep up with the laundry in the house pretty good. We never have anything, towels, nothing, everything's washed. I will say that my workouts have been really, really good. And as you can see, I have been slimming down week after week. So I'm very happy with my progress. It's taken a while to get where I want to get. So, you take the good with the bad. But I feel good. I'm in really good shape. I'm looking at myself today and I said, I really do look thin and I look good and I look tan and happy, And I'm so happy to be here with all of you out there in Russo land. It is breathtaking. It is something that's thrilling me to be here with everybody.
You told me today you're not a brown noser.
Babe, you know what? I just want to show my love to the Russo brand and all the wonderful people out there. The millions and millions who listen here on the Russo brand.
And the Big Vito Brand Audio.
And the Big Vito brand and, and Hameen Media and Big Ray and Ben Hameen, Noelle, and Vito Lagrasso.
You're just including all of us in there. Are you happy?
Babe, everything is good. I'm so happy to be doing the show with you. This is not everything I look forward to all week.
Wow, laying it on thick there, brother, huh? I love you dearly. I love you dearly. Let's tell everybody.
Did you happen to like the Viti burgers?
Oh, yes, your Viti burgers are always delicious. Did you tell everybody about your vaccine? You got vaccinated and you want to deliver a message to everyone to get vaccinated, right?
Guys, I would say this, right? If you got loved ones out there and you care and you're in a certain position in life, take the next step. Try to get a vaccine.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it just seems like it is inevitable that everybody will have it. You're really not going to be able to pick and choose. And I really do think going forward, you're not going to be able to do much unless you do have it in your back pocket. So for all the people out there who care about their loved ones, get vaccinated. Go get COVID tests. Check yourself out. If you don't care about your loved ones and you don't care, then I guess no COVID test, no vaccine, no nothing. But everybody is included in this. Nobody is exempt. Everybody has to get tested, and everybody should have a vaccine.
That was pretty good. Every time somebody says check yourself, I always think in my head before you wreck yourself, and I can't ever make that stop. You know?
I guess, honey.
Oh, he's going to be weird again this show. So you lost again.
That's awesome. It's awesome.
Okay. I let you, well, no, I didn't let you. You came up with a topic for today's show. So why don't you let everybody know what your topic is today?
I came up with a fabulous topic because I saw something on Facebook that I thought was really intriguing. They had who is the best Joker of all time? They had 6 choices. Now, I am not into cartoons. I'm really not into the extra series that went on with the Joker and all that stuff. But who is your favorite Joker of all time? Now, being that Noel is into the scene with the Joker and likes that vibe, you know what I mean? And me knowing only one Joker.
You only know one Joker?
On the program, but outside in life, I know plenty of Jokers.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you know a ton. I think
All
you
right.
play softball with some of them.
So anyway, guys, when we're talking about Jokers, the best all time. Now, I will go first because I'm very limited in verse and limited in knowledge in the Jokers. I choose Cesar Romero, the original Joker from Batman. Okay? I think you can't duplicate that. But I will say that Jack Nicholson played a damn good Joker. And I did enjoy that version. So my top one was Cesar Romero, original Batman. Jack Nicholson, a close second.
So I had to switch glasses. The light was bothering me. Do you mind I switch glasses? I feel like you today. Like wearing the glasses. I had to switch. Anyway, I love Cesar Romero. Don't get me wrong. Cesar Romero was a great Joker. Now, the reason I will not pick Cesar Romero is the fact that it upset me. He would not shave his mustache to play the Joker. Refused to shave his mustache to play the Joker. Said it was his trademark. Wouldn't shave it. You do anything for a role. You shave your mustache, Cesar Romero. He didn't do it. Falls on my list. Jack Nicholson is my number one Joker. Jack Nicholson portrayed the Joker to a T. The comic book that movie is based on is a very dark 80s comic book. He pulled that off perfect. He had the right amount of funny, the right amount of violence. He had the, like that kind of Joker. I love that deep, dark Joker. Jack Nicholson was perfect. There are other Jokers that people don't realize that should show up on a top 10 Joker list. Did you know that, of course you didn't know, Mark Hamill from Star Wars, who played Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, is one of the best Jokers of all time.
I did not know that.
Mark Hamill is the voice of Joker in many cartoons, originally from Batman animated series. Excellent Joker. Had the perfect Joker laugh. Perfect Joker laugh. Now, people say to me all the time, oh, what do you think of Heath Ledger as the Joker? I don't like it. Not a fan. He played a psychopath. That's great. Every villain is a psychopath in Gotham City. Am I right? They're all a little off.
Right.
Okay? Anybody could be a psychopath. The Joker, you have to have that certain amount of failed comedian style in you to be able to portray the Joker correctly. You got to be evil, but you got to be funny. It has to be an equal balance. Cesar Romero had that equal balance. Jack Nicholson had that equal balance. Mark Hamill, equal balance. Heath Ledger, no. And don't even talk to me about Jared Leto because that sucked. Now, I hope he improves in future films. I heard they're making another Joker movie.
Are they really?
Yeah. More based on the comic book than the one with Joaquin Phoenix. You didn't see that yet. Very dark movie. I don't super think of it as the Joker, though, because the origin story is completely different.
You know, guys, it's like anything else. When you see the original and you grow up with the original, it's kind of hard to watch the other stuff because like the remakes are like they're not the same. And then when you try to do like we like Coming to America,
Right.
we watch the original. So we started to watch Coming to America 2. I couldn't last 15 minutes. It was and everybody said, "Oh, this is." I just did not like it. Got up, walked out.
Sometimes Vito's right. Sometimes you can't make better on the original. But I'm going to say this though. I think as far as the Joker is concerned, it's about changing and enhancing the role where I feel like, okay, Batman from the 60s. I know you and Russo are very big into Batman from the 60s. I love it too. Don't get me wrong. But it's campy. It's cartoony. Whereas when you go to a Jack Nicholson, it's darker, grittier Batman, still with that Tim Burton-esque look, but darker, grittier Batman. As you move forward, Batman and Joker change into different things. I think the perfect, well-rounded is Jack Nicholson.
Okay. Now, when you talk about Batmans,
oh, you're going to talk about Batmans?
Adam West was Batman. But there was, I'm not sure the actor's name. I can remember his face. Who was the second Batman?
Michael Keaton?
Yeah, that's it. Michael Keaton. Michael
That's
Keaton,
my Batman. That's my go-to
he
Batman.
did a great job as the second Batman. Now, I don't know who did after him.
Well, there was a lot after him. There was Val Kilmer. There was George Clooney. And George Clooney was the Batman with the nipples. That didn't go over too good. Now we're all the way up to Ben Affleck, which...
Right. So, like, what I'm saying is, if you had to pick a Batman 2, Keaton was one. So, Keaton against Jack Nicholson was great because I definitely liked that concept. And I definitely watched that and I said, I like that. But when you get off in 5, 6, and 7 trying to duplicate, but I have to say, Batman 2 was awesome. He did a great job.
I like how you're calling him Batman 2.
Batman 2, he is the
second Batman. Batman 2. He's the Batman sequel.
You know, and the second Joker was Jack Nicholson, correct?
Yeah, well, technically, Adam West wasn't the first Batman. There was a series before this in black and white that there was another Batman, but you're saying more on a big expander than a serial full
came out
series
and said,
Batman,
this is Batman.
Yeah, okay, so Batman, I always pick Michael Keaton. I don't care for the Batmans that talk like this because I think it's stupid. You know what I'm talking about? These newer Batmans all talking this like gravelly-ass stupid whisper. I think it's stupid. I hate it. I don't like it.
What they forget is Batman was a very educated man and spoke clearly like a dignitarian. So when he carried himself from the Wayne Manor, he carried himself as a millionaire, polished, educated man.
Even as Batman.
When he went as Batman, he spoke in the same way, but because of the mask, you couldn't tell it was Mr. Wayne. Well,
it was just like Superman. The dude took off some glasses, a little curl came down from his hair, and you didn't know that was Clark Kent. It was kind of, you don't know who it is. It's you have to suspend your belief a little bit here, but this whispery, gravelly voice thing, now, I can't even understand it.
When you had Superman, the original Superman, that was believable. You know what I mean? The way he carried himself, the way Clark Kent carried himself. There was a contrast, right? Clark Kent was a nerd, and here comes Superman, this macho, big, hulking guy with a great outfit, fly through the air. But that Superman and Clark Kent were educated, carrying themselves as knowledgeable, except Clark Kent was a nerd to hide his identity.
Christopher Reeves was the perfect Superman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody else? So when you talk about the originals and what came, I'm partial to the original. The second Batman, the second Joker, those are good choices as well. If they were to be the first ones, I don't think you'd be able to duplicate it. And if those gentlemen came after them, you would say, no way, it can't be.
Now they're talking about see, you're not into cartoons, but everybody here knows what I'm talking about. There was a series called Batman Beyond, right? It's a cartoon, but it was more adult level cartoon, and there's adult videos of this where Batman takes on a protege where he's a new Batman, but the original Batman, Bruce Wayne, is an older gentleman. He has to pass up the torch, basically, and he's behind the scenes almost in an Alfred position. They're talking about making this into a movie and Michael Keaton playing Bruce Wayne. Now that he's older. How good would that be as a movie? Like,
that would be
awesome.
believable.
That would be
believable.
It flows together, and that's kind of what you have to do. You have to make things flow together like that.
You want to know something, right? When you talk about wrestling, right, you talk about duplicating, you don't see too many characters duplicated. Now, if you try to make somebody into Hulk Hogan, so Hulk Hogan is like Batman, is an original, right? Mm-hmm. So could you make another Hulk Hogan? No, it would never come off.
But Netflix is making a Hulk Hogan movie, and the guy that played Thor is, I think that's what they said, the guy that played Thor in the Justice League movies is going to be Hulk Hogan. How do you think that's going to come off?
It's just like somebody trying. Now, there were 1,000 Ric Flair wannabes.
Oh my God, were there ever? There still are.
Everybody trying to be Ric Flair, right? Everybody trying to do his walk, his talk, his promo, his strut, right? But nobody duplicated it. And nobody, it's just like somebody trying to come up and be the next Rock.
Not gonna do it.
Not gonna happen, right? There'll never be another John Cena. There'll never be another Batista. There'll never be
Steve Austin.
There could be a Steve Austin. There could be a
I
badass. There could
be. I don't know if the times would fit for another Steve Austin himself.
But you want to know? You want to know where like you kind of had like, I would say the Headbangers and the Nasty Boys were cut of the same cloth.
Yeah, I would say that's a similar
stuff.
Similar stuff. It's more modern to the times. You think of the Nasty Boys as more of like an 80s, early 90s kind of a rock gimmick, and then when you move forward into like the later 90s, then you would see like the Headbangers is like, yeah. So I would see
that's my idea. It's just like the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, the Honky Tonk Man, right? They had, what's his name? The guy with the guitar. Elias, right? They tried to make him come out. They tried Jeff Jarrett, didn't work. Nobody would duplicate the Honky Tonk Man. It's one of a kind.
Do you know what the Honky Tonk Man's first gimmick was?
I forget.
He did like a Beatles gimmick before he did that. And you know what Ric Flair's first gimmick was?
I've seen it.
He wanted to be Dusty Rhodes. There'll never be another Dusty Rhodes.
You know, guys, when it comes to gimmicks back then in wrestling, you know, if anybody watches my arsenal or what I do, I took something from everybody who I thought was great and I put it in my repertoire. If anybody ever noticed, Hogan did the leg drop. I did the leg drop. Macho did the elbow. I did the elbow. There was the mafia kick. You had the super kick, right? You had the karate. I stole that from Abdul the Butcher, right? You had the best punch from
Buddy Landau.
No, beautiful Bobby Eaton, who was watched by Buddy Landau, and then I asked if I could do the same punch as those two because I thought those two had the best punch in the business. So you're talking about taking things that you could do, taking the best backdrop. I tried like hell. Who can get the highest? In Puerto Rico, we had contests. Who can take the highest back? Everybody in the building took a backdrop. So you had everybody take a backdrop to see how high we can go. It was awesome to have contests like that. Now today, you really don't even see a backdrop. It's hardly done.
Times change.
Joker's
change.
You
know who was an unusual Joker that I could throw out there? It was only in music videos? Prince.
Yep.
Prince did the Joker for the Bat Dance video, and he did that whole soundtrack. He was hyped to do that whole soundtrack. I'm sorry. He was hyped to do that whole soundtrack, and he did a half a Batman, half a Joker, but he did a whole Joker thing, and oh my God, Prince was awesome. I could have pictured Prince in a kind of avant-garde Batman movie where he would have been the Joker. I mean, that'll never happen now, obviously, but like a Purple Rain version of Batman would have been awesome. If you had to do a rock version like that of Batman, who do you think you could make Batman?
I don't know.
I think in the 80s, Gene Simmons could have been Batman. I don't think he could be Bruce Wayne now because it's Gene Simmons and there's no way, but I think he could have been Batman. But not Bruce Wayne.
If you had to make a Batman or Superman, could Dwayne Johnson pull it off?
As the Batman. If you were doing a wrestling version?
I'm just saying, if you were going to do a Batman with the mask, could Dwayne Johnson pull off Batman?
I don't know. He has the Superman physique. I think he could be Superman, but I don't know about Batman.
But you can't be Superman because there's no hiding his identity.
Glasses. That's all he
Once
needs.
he took off the glasses, you see who it is. It's Superman.
But that's the same thing. He's Superman.
But Clark Kent had a distinct look when he had the glasses and the suit on.
I don't know. If you had to book a Batman, and it doesn't specifically just have to be the Joker, it could be any villain. For wrestling, who would you book? Paul Heyman is the Penguin. By far, Paul Heyman is the Penguin.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Paul Heyman is the Penguin. If I were to book a Superman, Vince McMahon would be Lex Luthor.
Maybe.
When he got his head shaved, he would have made the perfect. You would make a good Lex Luthor. You look just like Lex Luthor. You have the look.
The Lex Express.
Yeah, that's you. You're the new Lex Express. But who would you make pro wrestling's Batman?
I think who could articulately do it because he's educated enough, I think Batista could do it.
He could, but I would cast Batista, I think, as the character Bane. The one that's all big that they... I would put him as Bane. Alexa Bliss could be Harley Quinn. That's a perfect fit.
Guys, you have our stuff. You have our votes. Okay? Who do you vote for as your Joker? We have 6 selections. Noelle will put it up on the charts.
So basically what we're going to do is Vito's Joker, Cesar Romero. My Joker is Jack Nicholson. And then we will have the vote in the bottom for, we'll just say, another Joker. And then we're going to have you guys tell us what Joker that you guys would like if it's not one of ours. Okay, so you got 5 days to vote. Poll will be up on my Twitter, Magic T Spiller. And vote, who's your Joker? Who's your Joker? Who is your Joker?
Okay.
That's pretty good. And if you want, guys, throw us some ideas on who would you book as a wrestling Batman series. I'd love to see who people put in different characters, wouldn't you?
No, it would be pretty
And
good.
we'll talk about it on the show next week. We'll see who picked what.
And then advertise a Patreon because we got Patreon going
Oh,
on.
yeah, we got Patreon going on. Guys, Patreon. Patreon.com/The Big Vito Brand. We have all kinds of shows on there. Vito does a good morning greeting. He helps you with your workout. He helps you with your skincare. He does all that stuff. We have Men of Business, MOB, Vito and Big Ray. We have I Love Viti. Vito and I tackled that one this week by ourselves. Usually we'll have Ray or we have South Philly Need on with us. We have our location shoots. We go to Disney. We go to all kinds of different places. You guys get to go with us. What else do we do? We've got some other stuff coming up. Also, don't forget twitch.tv/The Big Vito Brand where you can subscribe to us. We are scheduling the Cutlet Cook-Off. That's coming. South Philly Nina is scheduling her flight down. She is. And you're going to have the Cutlet Cook-Off. She's ready. She's ready to come down and Cutlet Cook-Off you.
She's not even showing up.
You don't think she's going to show up to the Cutlet Cook-Off? You don't think so?
No, she didn't pay the concrete guy.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Well, and Big Ray and I are going to have a show on Sunday nights, starting, I think, next week at like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be our nerd show. We're going to talk about WandaVision. We're going to talk about Kong versus Godzilla and all kinds of great things. And that'll be over on our Twitch channel. You can also check us out anywhere you listen to podcasts and under the Big Vito brand on all social media. Vito.
That's all I got. I participated for this great edition of Mr. versus Mrs. I guess we'll see you next week, guys. It'll be good to see you. Peace out.
He's a creeper. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Riddle deep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like Big Vito. Big Vito. Yeah, I feel like Big Vito. Big Vito. Yeah, feel like Big Vito. Yeah, yeah. I said, I'm up next like I got the call from Vito. We not some average Joes, stay escaping from Leos. So call me Big Vito, I got a kick like a shotty. And like Ciroc, you're taking hard shots to the body. They had you in a dress, but you were still styling. And if they talk crap, hit them with the code of silence. Told these haters get off me, your style stays sloppy. Tricking out the rides I got.